Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very first project. Everybody in the school is going to make one of these little fabric heart designs, and we're going to put them all together and it's going to look like an awesome quilt. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to be doing a whole school project to start off the school year, and really what we're going to need are these two pieces of material here and this piece of paper. So we've got some foam core. Be careful with this, make sure it doesn't get cracked or broken while you're using it. And we've got some of this fabric. And the first thing I would actually do is glue this fabric onto my foam core board. So just a quick reminder for our younger friends out there, open your glue bottle by twisting the top, and we don't need much glue to get that piece of fabric to stick. So we're just going to lightly, gently squeeze the bottle and end up kind of making a little fence design with glue. We don't want any glue inside here because we don't really need any glue inside there. And then just kind of gently push it down, line it up. Since this is fabric, you're going to have a little bit of glue that kind of comes through. That's okay. We are going to let it dry though, and that's why we did this part first. So at this point, go ahead and close your glue bottle. If some of that glue did come through and get on your hands, go ahead and wash your hands. Otherwise, we're ready to work on this. So if you think you're not going to have time this class period to get this finished, make sure you write your name on here somewhere, and I will pick them up and hold them for you at the end of the class period. Otherwise, make sure you're following the directions. Color the heart in neatly in any way you choose, but there's a catch, and I'll explain that catch in just a second. Once it's all colored in, then you're going to carefully cut out just the heart. So make sure you're not coloring anything in the background. And of course, once we go to glue this thing on, we are going to want to pay attention to the dot, dot, not a lot part. The catch is, depending on which type of fabric you have, which color, now that's going to help you figure out which colors you're going to be using. So if you're using red, you're going to stick with the cool color scheme. So that means green, purple, blue, and of course you could use the light blue, the turquoise, and count those as cool as well. If you're over here using this fabric, you're going to be in charge of using a warm color scheme. So red, yellow, orange, and we've got a couple different pencils that we could kind of count as warm as well, including pink. So since I've got my red fabric, I'm going to end up with my cool color scheme. So pencils and markers on this project. If you're going to use marker and pencil, I would probably consider using marker after I get all my pencil on there first. Now you do definitely get to color your heart however you choose. Just make sure you're sticking with that color scheme and make sure you're kind of taking your time there. The nice thing about using colored pencil is it allows you to blend or shade, which we've talked about quite a bit, especially you older kids. We've done quite a few projects in the past with blending and shading. Alright, so I got a little bit of color down to start with, and I added kind of a little loop in there. I'm going to go back later with a dark marker and outline it so it kind of looks like one of these is overlapped on top of the other one. And now I'm going to start working on filling up the inside of that space. So for anybody who might have forgotten over the summer, shading is going from dark to light or light to dark and just kind of blending it in nice and evenly. And the way you do that is all with the pressure you're putting on your pencil. So press hard and it's going to be nice and dark. And then slowly start to press lighter and lighter until eventually your green, your blue, your yellow, or your red, whatever color you're using, ends up nice and light. And your transition between the dark and light is super smooth. So right now what I've got going is just kind of a random pattern design. If you wanted to draw actual pictures, maybe you draw a picture of whatever you did over the summer, that's fine too. And I kind of just went for it with my colored pencils. If you'd rather go for it by sketching it out first with a regular pencil, that's totally cool. Of course, it's a lot easier to erase mistakes if you're using a regular pencil first and then kind of going over things later with your markers and your colored pencils. Pretty happy with what I've got now for colored pencil, so I think I'm going to go back in with my markers and add some finishing touches. Alright, I am done coloring, and now I'm going to be ready to cut. Now, make sure you keep your fingers out of the blade. Scissors are for cutting paper and other materials. They're not for cutting clothes, cutting hair, trying to cut fingernails, or sharpening pencils. So, now we're ready to glue this thing together. Even if your glue is still a little bit wet on this, that's okay. We're going to end up gluing it in the middle anyway, so that's totally fine. Open that glue bottle, and this time we are not gluing a fence. We are going to be dot, dot, not a lotting. Dot, that actually came out fast, so that's kind of a dot, that's a lot. But little dots like that should work, maybe 6 of them, maybe 5. And when you go to glue it down, you definitely want to glue it in the middle. We don't want any glue squishing out from the edges. That's why we glue dots. Now flip it over. You've got that black paper, but that's alright because a regular pencil will show up on that foam core board and we will still be able to see it. I know it might be kind of difficult to see it on camera, but I do have my name right there. Scraps go in the recycle bag. You might be wondering, but Mr. Brady, where is the recycle bag? That's a great question. Let me show you. Oh, hey, recycle bag. It was fun. Make sure you close your glue bottle because nobody wants to have the dry glue bottle when they go to pick one up. That's also not how you put your glue away. Make sure when you put your glue away, you put it with the orange top facing up. Thanks.